What's up, YouTube? It's me again. I'm getting ready to go out to a basketball game, a girls' basketball game at my school. So shout out to Fitch Falcons. We represent. I don't know about JV, but the varsity game. Well, varsity games, we are 6-0, I believe. Well, whatever we are undefeated varsity. So shout out to us. Shout out to all my girls playing. And tonight we play Canfield, which is apparently one of our rivals. So, I know we're gonna show out. It's gonna be nothing less than a great game, and no matter the outcome, I know that they're gonna play hard and do their thing. All right. Anyway, this video is like I don't know, kind of like a second video to the stud rulebook. There was some confusion with that video, and some people didn't fully watch the video. I guess they felt offended. But if you read the description on the stud rulebook video, it even says something around the lines that this is stuff that I've been told. Like, literally, what you hear in that video is all things that I've been told. Me personally, as a stud, I've been told those things, and I really don't live up to any of those, like how people told me in studs have told me and femmes about how a stud dating another stud is just extra gay. It's too gay. It's fruity as fuck. Which makes me wonder, like, wow, a stud dating another stud is too gay? So when do we draw a line of how gay we can be? I mean, I'm a lesbian. That's what I've been for years. I mean, how you gonna tell me how much of a lesbian I am or am not because I want to date someone of my same label? I mean, we're the same gender. I mean, I'm a female, you're a female. It's just the way we dress and our mentality that separates us from femmes. I mean, it's acceptable to date a STEM because a STEM has those femme days, but no, if I want to date a stud who's just completely a stud, that, oh, whoa, hold up, that's like against the law. So the stud rulebook was basically just saying things that people have told me, different rules, I guess you'd call them, that I wasn't aware of when I popped into the LGBTQ community. So, I mean, I feel like there's so many rules, and we judge so much more than the heterosexual community. And I mean, that's my opinion. You're probably gonna hate me for saying that too, but somebody has to say it. And I mean, like, I'm young enough to know. I'm 16 years old, and I've seen so much discrimination and I guess hating within our own community that it makes me think, how do we want equality if we're not willing to accept ourselves? You know what I mean? Like, we're not willing to accept people in our own community, but we want the heterosexual community to accept us as a whole. But how are we going to be accepted if they're looking at us and we're bashing each other, or we're bashing, lesbians bash bisexuals, and everybody bashes pansexuals, because pansexual, basically, love has no gender. So how are we going to bash bisexuals and pansexuals? I mean, love is love. I mean, I feel like I'll say love is love, and then someone will be like, oh, so do you like guys? Well, no, I don't like guys, but I don't believe that someone who does like guys, whether they're a male or a female, should be criticized or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, just because it's not me dating that guy doesn't mean I can't support it. Like, I'll support straight people. I mean, you're straight. You don't have big old straight rallies, but I mean, you support gay people, gay males, lesbians, bisexuals, pansexuals, transsexuals, heterosexuals, all homosexuals. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna support you because I want the same support, and you don't have to accept me, but you will respect me. And that's always what I tell people. Like, I'm not really looking for your acceptance. I know that asking for acceptance as a lesbian, especially a lesbian stud, apparently is asking for a lot. So I don't ask for your acceptance, but your respect is something that I do. It's kind of something that is mandatory. Like, people who know me, you're gonna respect me. And if you don't have a type of respect for me, then we can't be cool. You know what I mean? Like, basically, there's no need for you to approach me. There's no need for you to talk to me, because we have nothing without respect. You know what I mean? You don't respect me, then I'ma not respect you. For real, for real. So basically, just how the LGBTQ community is hypocritical a lot of times. You know, like, we want equality as a whole. We want everyone to be accepted by the heterosexual community, and we want all these rights that I feel should have been given to us from day one. And bow, we are human. Apparently, I guess I'm not educated enough, but you know, how do we want equality, and yet we can't even accept ourselves? Like, why do we have to break up? We are one community, and yet we have broken ourselves up by label, and by genders, and by race, ethnicity, age, religious beliefs within our own community. So it's like, well, that one LGBTQ community has different branches, you know, like different little zones that we're in, and half of them don't even get along with the other zone. So I am a lesbian stud who dates studs and dates femmes. And dates stems. Hell, as long as you're a female, I don't care. I'll date a bisexual. I have dated bisexuals. As long as I know that you're not that bisexual that a lot of lesbians are scared of. Like, you don't date females and males at the same time. Then, I mean, if you think of it as I'm yours, you're mine. There's no males and there's no females involved. No males, other males, and other females involved. It's just you and I in a relationship, and you're bisexual and I'm a lesbian. Then I'm okay with that. Like, you respect it as a relationship, as you should. But if you're a bisexual that feels like, oh, I can run and be with a dude and a female at the same time because you're not the same gender, and you don't realize that, hey, there's two people's emotions and hearts you're playing with right there. If you're that bisexual, then I can't be with you. Don't even talk to me. Don't even approach me, because I don't need you anywhere in my life. But hey, I don't hate on bisexuals, nothing like that. So I'm a lesbian who will date bisexuals. I'm a lesbian who obviously dates other lesbians. Don't really care what your label is. I don't feel like we should be defined by labels, but since we are, then I'm a stud. I'm a soft stud, but I'm a stud. I'm a stud. Nonetheless, me dating other studs, I mean, does that make me any less of a stud? Is my studliness being questioned? My studhood? Like, my lesbianism as a whole? And I hate it when people, especially femmes, they'll be like, why do you date other studs if they're just like men? And I'm just like, why do you date other studs? Like, why do you date studs in general if they're just like men? Like, how you gonna ask a stud why she dates studs, but you a femme and you date studs, that's all you date? So it's the same question. I could ask you that too, and you respond because I like women, and I'll say the same shit. Like, my answer's not gonna be different just because I'm a stud. I feel like if a femme wants to only date femmes, then let that femme only date femmes. If a stud wants to only date studs, let that stud do her thing and date only studs. If a stud wants to date a femme, or she wants to flip it up and date the stud, or if she wants to date a stem, hell, let her do her thing too. Same with femmes. If a femme wants to only date studs, then let her do that. If a femme wants to date stems, then let her do that. If a stem wants to date femmes or studs, let them do that. I mean, like, why are people so focused on other people's relationships? Like, are you in the bedroom with them? Do you know what happens in their bedroom? You can have an idea of what happens in a lot of people's bedrooms, but are you in theirs? Like, that particular couple, are you in their bedroom? Do you know what they do? Do you know how they think and act? Do you know why they're even together? Like, a relationship is an A and B situation. A and B. That's two. Dose. Alright? We don't need a C in there. Alright? Three. We don't need this person in a relationship with this person and this person. Like, if these two are together, the hell are you doing? Like, mind your own. Alright? Mind your own. So the stud rulebook, it's not to be taken literal. It's just to open up your minds to some questions and things that I've actually been asking. To open your minds to the ignorance that, you know, this lovely American people have shown me, either verbally or written or whatever. But I don't care. If I want to date a stud, then I'm gonna date a stud. And if I want to walk down the street holding that stud's hand, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. And I wish somebody would try to come at me on it. I would whip your ass for disrespecting. Same with a femme. If I want to date a femme, like I'm talking to a femme right now. If I want to date a femme, then I'm gonna date a femme. But because lesbians and society looks at lesbian relationships as there being a male and a female, someone who wears the pants and someone who wears the skirt. Well, having two people wear the pants in a relationship shouldn't be an issue. Having two people wear the skirt in a relationship shouldn't be an issue. I'm not a man, so if I'm with, like, I'm talking to a femme right now, right? And does that mean that I wear the pants in a relationship? Truthfully, to people, to society's minds, yes, I'm the one that wears the pants. In my mind, I'm just an average teenage lesbian stud. Or, matter of fact, not even that. I'm just an average teenage lesbian who is talking to another average teenage lesbian. And that's what it is. We can be equal in the relationship. I'm not gonna say, oh, I wear the pants, so I run this. Who gave me the audacity? Who gave me the audacity to say that? Like, men wear the pants in the relationship. That's how it's always been viewed. I mean, so to say I wear the pants in a relationship, you compare me to a man. And that's a misconception, because if a stud wants to be a male, then that's a whole nother topic. But to a stud who is a happy female, happy with everything I was born with, to compare me to a man, it's disrespectful to me. Like, do you want me to live up to the female societal views or to the male societal views? Because you look at me as a stud and you look at me like, okay, I dress like a man, I guess. This is boyish. Oh, shout out to the Bulls, by the way. But I guess this is boyish. I mean, so I'm comfortable. So just because I wear male clothes makes me want to be a male? Like, is that what you're telling me? Because let me know. Because apparently people are informing me of things about my life that I didn't even know. I want to be a male. Shit. I didn't even realize. Like, the ignorance that I have to hear too, you know? People don't understand. The studs have it hard. Alright? The studs have it real hard. Like, I don't want to be a male, bruh. I'm a female, and I'm a happy female at that. But I just want to dress comfortably and date who I want to date comfortably. And truly, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about my relationships or me in general. Like I said, as long as you respect me, you don't have to accept me. Respect over acceptance. Yeah, so anyway, basically, date who you want to date. If you want to date a frog, you get that frog, you love it, and cherish it, nurture it to the best of your abilities, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay. Alright, so I'm out. Deuces.